what is in Tehran, Iran, that they want destroyed and erased forever. Let's go find it. A post on Truth Social from Donald J. Trump states that everybody should immediately evacuate Tehran. And so, that night, they all listened. A mass evacuation took place. Evacuating an old world city, in my opinion. So again, let's go find exactly what was evacuated. The Golestan Palace, a palace from the old world with architecture that shreds the mainstream narrative story hour in a second. A structure that does not belong in our timeline. The photos inside this building are incredible to look at. If my town gave me one of these, I think I would lose my mind. With the griffins right on the front entrance at the bottom, as well as in the art. A palace without a doubt. And we have talked about wars many times. We have seen the destruction countless times. Planned attacks on locations that are filled with old world buildings, places that don't belong in the horse and wagon era, especially when we are told that this palace, a UNESCO site, was constructed in the dirt road era, the no toilet era of the 1520s. They're wiping with their hands, yet constructing this palace while riding around on their donkey, with major reconstruction plans taking place in 1797, with records of the actual construction process, of course, being vague or symbolic. Little manpower and tools, none of it was documented. While at the exact same time, they're supposedly documenting their political reforms and royal life extensively. If you were in the business of documenting things, you would mention how this place was constructed, at least a little bit. Yet, nothing is documented. And time again, we see this. We've seen how many horses it would take to construct something like this. We already know that the horses need a lot of water. And this would all have to be planned out. This would be part of the story. And we know that the manpower would be massive. Yet there is never any documentation on this. So, let's go deeper. There's a subterranean storage area beneath the Salem Hall, a central part of the overall complex. So now we all know that it's bigger than we can see. And we're all given the excuse that it's for storage. Of course. And we believed that for years. A palace from the old world, where we know that they connect to others underground. And we know when we find one, there are always so many more right next to it. So let's go find another one. Just a half a mile away, we have located the National Museum of Iran, where we also have this massive box of land. We've seen this before. We've even seen this in San Diego, California. We've seen that this is clearly covering something of importance. The National Museum of Iran. It is home to artifacts that would show that something else happened here. Something much different than the story that we're all told. Again, hands removed, and we know exactly why. You'll want to go to episode 113 right after this. A building that was supposedly constructed in just 3 years, between 1934 and 1937. When we all know they started the Obama Presidential Center in 2021, and they still haven't finished that one yet, where they're basically the exact same size. 19,000 square meters for the museum in Iran, and right around the same exact size for the Presidential Center in Chicago. And what is this at the top? The National Museum of Iran includes a basement level. This is very interesting, and I wonder if it's just for storage. And we're just getting started today. Welcome to episode 135 of My Lunch Break. I hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new, welcome. You've heard the hype. Maybe you've seen the new launches sell out, but if you still haven't tried 1775 coffee yet, this is your shot, because they've just launched their 1775 starter kit, and the first drop is limited to just 1,000 units. This starter kit isn't just some dinky sampler pack. It's a full-on pack of caffeine freedom. A bold dark roast that hits harder than a CNN fact check. A smooth medium roast for strength without bitterness. And Vitality Mushroom Coffee for clean energy, laser focus, and zero crash. All single origin, small batch, mold-free and toxin-free. Plus, you're gonna get a gold spoon clip because freedom isn't scooped with plastic. You get a frother and a black 1775 tumbler that says, "I don't take life advice or caffeine from a woke sea witch." $175 worth of coffee and gear. All yours for just $99. This is for the ones who've been watching 1775 totally blow up on Rumble. It's exploding. This is the best coffee. And if you're wondering if it's actually worth it, this is not a prediction, it's a spoiler. It is. This coffee is awesome. Go to 1775coffee.com/lunchbreak and grab your starter kit before they're gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something, just like Rumble does. Start your day with coffee that actually backs what you believe. Go to 1775coffee.com/lunch break and get your starter kit today. I want to thank all of our sponsors over on Patreon. Thank you to FlatEarthDave.com. You can check out his app, the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac app. I'll put the link right in the description. And you can use my referral code, MLB. If you click the Tartaria button, you'll see the My Lunch Break playlist right here. The app is awesome. Thank you to Rebecca K, David and Sherry Ferguson, Chuck Templeton, Joy Lee, Stephanie Nolan, the Burlesons, Suez KC, Edwin Rice, Charles Kruger, Dan Woodall, Dale, DJ Clicktrack, Jacob Law, Jim Ribley and Christine Duggan, Kyle Glasscock, BKTFnews.org, Ben Dries NL, Natalie Shippenoff, Melissa Edgar, Biggles, Clayton Lamar, Double Task Homestead, John Adams, Robert Zolins, Attila Power, Forbidden Gecko Love, Justin Grobner Grubb, Leah Strong, Dakota Dunn, Jason Hochberg, Marie C., Michael Dingyu, Patriot Armory, Tom O'Hara, C3SCOB, Jeffrey Temple, SonyaDane.com, James Alt, Bucksui, Jason Prest, Suki Warrior, We the People, Migs, Mark Chapman, Muji and DeClan, Ariana Oates, Nathan Burba, Ski, Beacon of Truth, Liberty's Arborist, Thomas Thorpe Peterson, Zinger Coffee and Tea, EvelynMcGregor.com, Emily Maryland, Curious Cat, Mike D, etc., Dan McGee, Lori Hedvig Johnson, Ellie Annie, Seth Craigo, Glenn Gunderson, Mousie's Mouse Cheese Records, Robert's Brain is Gone, Extreme Reality Check, Late for Dinner, Eolo Goncalves, Blake, Rick Tapke, William Richard Jeffries V, Dax Bilchek and Son, Dylan Mugenberg, Leonard Insalacro, Robert Petro, Katz Hill, Susie Q, Yark 143, Kitty Kitties, GOL, I'm Patriot, Doc Halo, Kenneth Putt, Brenna Fernandez, Paraduction, Necrodemonics, A&W Kerrigan, Tim Skin, Rod Wah, Sweetest of Peas, Corbin Mechanical, Buck, VKH Bonner, Breaking Bigfoot, Rydian and the Residuals, Road Warrior, Bruce Latour, Anna Marley and Nunzio, Codrenth, David and Irene, Al Pisano, Ivan Apoctoli, Ardra Rogers, Brazawayan, Armin Walker, Ivan Apoctoli, Kinda Classy, Kinda Chola, Maybell, When He Set a Compass Upon the Face of the Depth, Laurel L. Burnett, Hoppy Johns, DJ Sofa King and Jen Hollywood, Summer Chambers, D. Woods, John and Carlo, Timber Traveler, Bill, Vince Moreno, Flat Earth Herbs, The Lady Lacey Show, Sven Eric, Aaron Webb, Sean Phillips, Jenica Joyce, or Niho, Lucy, Tiba Shaba in the Darkness. You guys are all awesome and helping this channel out a lot. The National Museum of Iran, home to over 3 million artifacts. 3 million items that I believe would expose the mainstream story. And we know this location has a basement, where we have seen in episode 109 that most museums have basements. In fact, we have seen that most items, millions, are off limits to the public and are not on display. We already know this. We've seen this. Where we see that this location, an old world building in my opinion, holds a basement that is 3 to 4,000 square meters, or 32 to 43,000 square feet, a massive underground space, all completed in just 3 years, we were told. 3 years for a 43,000 square foot basement would be shocking. And then you've got to build the structure on top. This isn't working anymore. With rotating exhibits, and there it is. We know that this is where the old world, incredible items are held. Rotating exhibits. This is code for off limits to the public. What is really under the structure? With many controversial or symbolically powerful artifacts, especially those predating Islam, or featuring iconography tied to Zoroastrianism, female rulers, or alternative power structures, are all kept out of the galleries. That seems like a lot of items that are off limits to the public that I want to see. These objects reside in the museum's basement level storage. It's inaccessible to the public and even to many academic visitors. Do you understand what's going on here? Without a doubt, we are not told the truth. We're not given the true history. We are lied to 100%. And it couldn't be any more obvious at this point. This isn't the only museum that's doing this either. Episode 108, we were told that there are 53 miles of shelving, documents, historical records, all still undisclosed, restricted access, where the public cannot view these archives. How is History 101 still a thing? How? It doesn't make any sense that you can hide all these artifacts, and then we're supposed to believe these stories, these fake stories. It's not the true information. It's literally a waste of time to study and regurgitate. The truth, I believe, is in these basements. And we all know why this location is being evacuated and under attack. Again, as I always say, all of this is in my opinion, and you're free to think whatever you'd like. But it's based on what I see, and it's based on the things that they show us, they tell us, the patterns and the repetition. We saw this in Dresden. We saw this in Iraq. We know how this works. They're not going to tell us that they're bombing this specific museum. They will just say, evacuate the city, just like they did. And you know the rest. Where 3 million artifacts, most of them being undocumented, and we're never going to know what they really were. Never seen by the public. If they do decide to attack this location, along with this building, those 3 million items, and possibly more, will be lost forever. Our true past. We would be unable to challenge their stupid story. All artifacts would be lost in an instant. Now, I keep referencing it, but it ties in perfectly with episode 109. Live events happening right now, tying together with this specific episode, where the Library of Ashurbanipal, Iraq, where it held the 30,000 clay tablets, the Epic of Gilgamesh, where Gilgamesh was searching for the plant to live forever. We all know this. We've seen this. And I wonder, what tablets are in this building in Iran that we don't know about? What is a part of the 3 million artifacts that we're all not told about? And again, is there more than 3 million artifacts? The fact that we are not allowed to see them, I wouldn't be shocked at all if it's way more. Of these 3 million artifacts are supposedly giant beings, where they are described as being 8 to 15 feet tall. Burials in stone-lined tombs, and of course, elongated skulls with unusual jaw structures. Uncovering abnormally large skeletons, elongated skulls, just like episode 96, where we found 7,000 of them in the hypogeum. We're just getting started. Let's take a minute and thank all of our badge members, all of our Patreons, and every single subscriber, and everybody who likes the episodes. I appreciate all of you. By subscribing and liking, it helps put this information in front of more and more people's faces, an opportunity for them to see the truth, and at the very minimum, to ask questions. We are on YouTube, we're on Rumble, we're on X, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify, if you're looking for even more content from us. So is Iran not going along with the mainstream story? A story that is set up to control the population and to show that we are not the most advanced beings to ever be here. Is Iran not destroying these artifacts in the basement? Artifacts, human remains, possibly tablets. Things that would expose that their made-up tale is not the truth about this place that we live, and that something much deeper is going on. Did you watch our last episode? Episode 134? I do believe at this point in time that there is a massive organized plan to feed the population a mass amount of lies, a fully manipulated historical story, a plan to confuse as many people as possible and to take as many people with him in the end. I do believe that this is the time to either be searching for the truth or going along with the lie. There is no in between at this point, and we can see that things are heating up. I wouldn't bring it up today for no reason. We have covered 2 locations in this city today, but we all know that there's so many more. There are most likely underground networks, cities as we've shown, things that we don't understand fully, which is exactly why it's so important to continue to ask questions about the locations that the light is being shined on. What else is in this location? The real reason for telling millions of people to evacuate. Again, it's not just this building that we can see. It's what the buildings are sitting on top of, what they connect to, and we have tangible proof that this city has a tunnel system located in the dead center of the city. We are told that this city was built on top of an existing cannon network. This is an old world underground tunnel system that's used to transport water from the mountain aquifers to cities, farms, and settlements without using pumps or modern machinery. The city is built on top of this. So we know that there's underground technology under this location. Old world technology. We know that. Then we're told in November 2024 that Iran was building a tunnel in the capital of Tehran. We already know that this is from the old world. This is not a new tunnel, and they weren't just starting the construction. Tehran is an old world city, in my opinion, a massive site that is mainly underground. Are you still on the fence? When in January 2025, Tehran, local people have uncovered a remarkable underground city beneath 5 old world homes. Now, of course, they found these tunnels, and I believe they've been modernized. I believe that all over the world, every single country, they have put trillions of dollars into these underground locations. We've seen it in the mountains, but as an example, I believe Iran found this network and has been modernizing it to this day. What is under our feet is incredible. Back in March 2025, Iran published this video to show exactly what's underground. There are cities under our feet, without a doubt. Massive, powerful cities. And we're not invited. Again, they were told to evacuate, all for their safety. They've been doing this exact same thing for years. And so many people have given their lives for it, unfortunately. Dresden, Baghdad, and on and on. What's under this city right now? The tunnels, the vaults, the chambers, the artifacts in the old world. The truth about what was once here before us is all under attack right now, as we speak. And I believe we have proved this today, where we haven't even touched the surface of all the incredible buildings and structures in this location. There are so many more that would blow our minds. So many old world buildings, sites, locations that surely have tunnels, and they're all connected, and they don't make sense in the timeline that we're all given. Massive doors that weren't built for the people our size. Over and over we've seen this. And then we enter the museum and just drop the guy down and look inside, with pottery everywhere to distract us from the truth. Fake pottery that they made in the local warehouse just a few years ago. It's ridiculous and it's distracting. Nobody found that pottery in the dirt. It's fake, in my opinion. And we see a massive head depicting a figure from Mesopotamia, just like Gilgamesh, meaning that they have more without a doubt in their basement. The exact reason, in my opinion, that Baghdad was invaded. And another creature here, a depiction, in my opinion, of a giant being, of what was once here. A crocodile, or you could say reptilian-headed figure, sitting like a human, where this is not normal at all. I don't believe we were supposed to see that figure. And I think they took something out of it, drilling a hole right through its side to remove whatever was originally inside. This being was here. This is a depiction of the old world, without a doubt, with tablets on display, meaning that we know that they have so many old world tablets inside this building, inside the basement. It's an incredible location with so many old world items, a location that we are all told is being surrounded, a complete and total takeover, control of the skies over Iran. I have no idea what will happen or who is on our side, or if anybody is at this point, but I can see physical locations. I can see artifacts that belong to the old world. This location has tunnels. They have old world buildings, palaces, and items that I believe are being attacked, especially when we swing the camera around right over here. And what do we see? We see an oversized skeleton. We see a giant being.